right. So this was a very intensive 3 hours of your life, but it probably saved you a ton of money, a ton of errors in your process. So I want to recap real quick. We learned a lot about turning a bad situation into opportunity in our state. We worked with David Diller, who's a teacher at CNM and a financial advisor. Then we went to financial empowerment with the city of Albuquerque, which we are very grateful to have partnered with today. And thank you very much for inviting us to be with you and do this as a team. We then went to the Investors GPS with Joel Esquivel, the 529 plan with Natalie Cordova. Say no to use it or lose it is something that, for those of you that want to stay after this, is about our stable program, the State Treasurer's Achieving a Better Life Experience, which is for people with disabilities. Boosting your benefits with Paul, estate planning with Christy, and you have your esteemed panelists so that you could always remember who they are. If you put some of the resources right after that on your refrigerator, you have a cheat sheet to get a hold of people and websites. And for those who don't like to ask questions, you have the questions to ask your financial advisor or planner, your banking services, and some other good cheat sheets. Also, how to avoid scams. I would like to thank Sanjay Bhakta for being here to represent the city of Albuquerque. I'd like to thank Financial Empowerment, Ms. Moss and Vanessa and all of you, Dr. Cooper, thank you very much. Thank Ganburke, the 529, Para Smart Save. I know you said that you want to stay till the very end, but I greatly appreciate you being here, both of you. And I want to thank my own team, because you cannot be a good leader without people wanting to follow. And my team makes me look great all the time. They're beautiful, they're smart, they're energetic, they work long hours. So today, the part of my team that's here are Bushra, my comms director, Christine, my director of special projects, Paula, who just started with our team recently, and the lady who puts most of all of the legwork on this, Cristina Pereira, La Reina. When I became state treasurer 3 years ago, we put in a rebranding of the New Mexico State Treasurer's Achieving a Better Life Experience. Every single one of us knows somebody that we love that has a disability. And so when you see them next time, I want you to tell them a couple of things. This concept of use it or lose it with your money no longer needs to exist. We got a bill passed at the national level called the ABLE Act that allows people with disabilities to invest in the state treasurer's office. We partner with the treasurer's office in Ohio to make it more cost effective for several states in partnership. They have an account, it's open, we invest on their behalf, we send them their statements, they have liquidity so they can take out the money when they need it, but they don't have to have a use it or lose it concept. The great thing that happened here in New Mexico 2 years ago is Representative Thompson sponsored a bill on our behalf. We got a bill passed that changed the age eligibility from 26 years of age to now 46 years of age starting January 1st. What does that mean? That means that, let's say, for example, you're a veteran, you went to war, you came back, you have PTSD, you have some other kind of disability, now you would qualify if you had that disability come after the age of 26. Let's say you had a traumatic brain injury and you ended up with a disability when you turned 30. Now you would be able to qualify starting January 1st. And to uptick that, we are doing a $25 match in January. So whoever opens up their stable account in January with at least $25, we match that $25 for them. That is the website to be able to enroll. Let's say you have an emergency, housing and rent, basic living expenses, transportation, education, legal fees, health and wellness, financial management, and assistive technology. So let's say you live on your own, you have a disability, your refrigerator breaks or your car breaks. This stable account will allow you to have access so that you can be able to provide for yourself. It allows people who are most vulnerable in our communities to be able to sustain their lives in a respectful manner instead of this concept of using it and losing it and not being able to invest it and use it when they need to. I am on your para board, Public Employees Retirement. I'm on your Educational Retirement Board. We're looking at our investments all the time, including in the deferred comp. We tie in with 529 significantly. It's important for you to know who represents and reflects you and what they're doing with your money, but you also have a responsibility to know what you're doing with your money. So I would leave you with one last thing. Your retirement and your Social Security could always be at risk. We've learned that in this last year. So it's critical that you know that even though you might get a retirement through Public Employees Retirement, it is not enough. We've never been taught that. We've always been told, well, I have my pension, so I'll be okay. No, you need to diversify that just as much. So start putting some money away. Talk to people like Joel and Dylan, who was the professor here earlier. It is critical that you start talking to a financial planner and you start working out your fitness goals. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.